We are here with Harald Neumann, who is the CEO of Ainsworth Game Technology. And Harald, welcome.
Thanks. It's nice to be here.
It's great to see you. Give us just a little update. You've been CEO now of Ainsworth for a little while. Give us a little bit of an update on what you've accomplished in that time and what you're looking forward to doing as your next steps.
Yeah, when I came to Ainsworth, I found a very motivated team, great name, but we suffered a little bit in the last years in developing the right games and providing performing games to the casino operators. And this was, let's say, the effort I made in the last nearly 12 months now. We hired a new CTO, we hired additional talents, we could recently hire gaming veterans, especially for the low denom area, because Ainsworth is known as a very performing provider of high denomination games, but this is only 20% of the market, and for me it's important that we are, let's say, that we are operating in 100% of the market and not only 20. So my focus for the next 12 months is I want to be that Ainsworth will have the same performance in low denomination than in high denomination. Then I founded a global organization because I recognized that Australia and US were a little bit separated. We had a global organization with global functions, and currently I'm quite satisfied with the performance of the company.
Yeah, very good. You mentioned the word global. Reminds me that Ainsworth is a sponsor of global trade show news and global news that Fantini Research presents throughout the year online, and we very much appreciate your support in that.
It's a pleasure.
Okay. You have grown quite a bit in North America, and you've got, I believe, a majority of your revenues perhaps now. Can you tell us a little bit about your plans here?
Yeah, so the growth driver the last 2 years was HHR, right, in combination, of course, with our traditionally good performing high denomination games. But what I mentioned before, my intention is that Ainsworth is also delivering to the casino operator low denomination games. And once again, we could hire 4 gaming veterans. We will invest into additionally 2 game studios. This year at the show we are showing, I believe we are showing a step forward in our game performance, and next year we really want to show completely new games with new arts, new graphics, new cabinets. So let's say showing a new Ainsworth on the floor here.
Right. It sounds like you have a pretty coherent, if that's the right word, strategy.
Yeah.
And so something that maybe was lacking a little bit previously.
No, what we defined 3 key markets, which is US number 1, of course, LATAM and Australia, and then of course class 3, high denom and low denom, HHR, and class 2 with our MTD product. So these are the focus areas, and online, of course, but this is still a market where we have to invest.
Historical horse racing a couple of years ago was looked at by many companies as this little thing over to the side, not to be taken very seriously. And now it's grown considerably. Your competitors have decided they better late than never. They are now in that space. How big and how important do you believe historical horse racing can be for Ainsworth?
As it is already important, and I believe it can be even more important. And what makes me proud is that Ainsworth has shown to the market that we are able to develop exceptional games for a specific area. In that case, HHR. We are performing very well in the existing markets. and I believe that we will continue to perform in those markets like Kentucky, New Hampshire, Virginia, Illinois, no, not Illinois, Louisiana, and there are several states which are already preparing this legislative change. We have recently signed a system and game agreement in Kentucky Town. We have 2,500 HHR machines, and we are creating additional revenue by connecting games from Aristocrat, IGT, Light and Wonder. So HHR will remain a very important part of our business in the future.
One of the segments of the industry that all the CEOs that we've talked to this week so far have mentioned that they are interested in is, of course, interactive. But it seems to me Ainsworth, again, you were a little bit ahead of the others in making that a priority. Can you tell us a little bit about how your interactive business is developing and the potential that you see for it?
As we are rather small in comparison with our big competitors, and we have decided that we will just remain in the B2C business. We have this cooperation with SCAN, so we are live in the US with SCAN, and we will continue to enter any additional regulated market. We are growing our business in the real money online gaming space in Latin America. We have entered recently the Canadian market, so US together with SCAN, LATAM, and Canada will be the focus areas. And I have recently approved Jason Lim, who is our manager for online, that he could invest or that we could acquire smaller online companies, especially in the game development area, because this is something where we have still room for improvement.
Ainsworth is a relatively small company.
Yes.
But you have a very large majority owner in NovaMatic.
Yes.
And you previously were CEO of NovaMatic. Tell us a little bit about how that relationship works between you and the parent company, and does it provide resources to you that perhaps independent company might not have?
So it's a little bit tricky because NovaMatic is our biggest shareholder, and we also have to respect the minority shareholders. So it's not so easy, because I cannot provide NovaMatic with more information than all the others. But we are cooperating, and this is very important for us now in the supply chain, because we are using the procurement power of NovaMatic, and we could save several $1 million in our production cost. We signed a game development agreement with NovaMatic, so we are using their games mainly for the Latin American market, as the multi-game market, because US is rather single game. And we have several other smaller projects as a pilot project regarding production. We are hosting several NovaMatic staff now in our facility here in Las Vegas. So there is a cooperation, but we are cooperating only in the area where it makes sense. Yeah. But it's working well, and I know NovaMatic, so and I think that both companies are cooperating really in a good way.
Yeah. I should think a lot of companies would envy the position that you are in.
Yeah.
We're at G2E, where everyone wants to see the newest and the best. What are one or two of the must-see products at your booth this year?
So we have David Bolson, our new CTO, he told me that, let's say, he wants to show at G2E 22 a kind of step forward in our game development. And I want to mention especially 3 games, which is Ultra Shot, Treasure Spirit, and Cash Stack Gold, where we are concentrating on better arts, better messaging, improving the sound, the winning sounds, and also introducing more action for the players by providing additional features for Ultra Shot, the bonus level up bonus, for Treasure Spirit and Cash Gold Stake, the hold and stake feature. So we are trying to make our games more interesting, to increase the performance, because as I mentioned, this is something where we have to improve. But I'm quite optimistic that the new games will be well received here. So I'm really looking forward for this show.
Great. Harald, thank you again, and as always, it's a very interesting discussion. Any other thoughts you would like to share about Ainsworth?
No, I'm happy to work here. It's interesting for me because it's a huge difference whether you are working for an European company or for a US company, because the markets are completely different, and for me it's a new challenge, which I'm quite happy to be here.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks, it was a pleasure.